a team that figured to be here, and the Valley Vikings, who have been quite a story in their march to the state championship game. Along with Jimmy Williams, I'm Jim Lawwill. Jimmy, the Valley Vikings under Gerald Snyder, unranked. Nobody thought they'd be here, but they are. They've been hot.
Jim, they've done it with great teamwork. They don't have any outstanding stars. They just play well together. They've played defense very well against Albuquerque High last night. They seem never to have fatigue. Albuquerque High is a team with Damian Jenkins that puts a lot of pressure on the basket. Valley was able to make some good turnovers, come down and convert them into points. And I'll tell you what, when these guys get the break going and they start stroking those threes, you better watch out, because you can cave in real quick. On the other hand, Ron Geyer's Alamogordo Tigers, these guys are very disciplined. They get up and down the floor, and they've got tremendous talent.
Is there a key player for Valley tonight, one person that might have to step forward and have a big game in order for them to maybe pull it off, finish the Cinderella drive?
Well, in my opinion, I think the guy that is a key really for Alamogordo is Scotty Hawley. Conversely, I think the key guy for Valley is Jones at the point guard. He's a guy that last night made some huge steals. He did a great job shooting the ball in when he was open, and he just runs the show. He's kind of the quarterback of the Vikings, and as he goes, I think the Vikings go.
Ryan McDermott is the center for Alamogordo. He's 6'8", and legitimately 6'8", a very good player. What does Valley do to try to stop him?
Well, and you know, these coaches, they know a lot more about this game than I do, and I've learned to respect a lot of these high school coaches because of the things they do. But Ryan McDermott was kind of taken out of the game yesterday by some very physical play. They were blocking him out. They were putting a body on him when he was away from the ball, and I think you'll see the Vikings do the same type of aggressive style. The Vikings cannot let Ryan McDermott catch the ball in the paint, or he'll kill him.
Now, Alamogordo, unlike Valley, where the games have been close and dramatic and they've come from behind, they've come in a very good team and played very well. They looked machine-like last night in their dismantling of El Dorado. They're a good-looking basketball team.
Well, no question. El Dorado's game plan was first to get McDermott out of the game, and they were successful doing that. But Ron Geyer has so much confidence in the rest of his team, he just let his guards go to work. He put in a much quicker lineup. McDermott showed a lot of poise in sitting on the bench and just kind of waiting until there was an opportunity. And when he got opportunities, he had a nice dunk last night. He had a couple of nice inside moves. But last night wasn't really his big night. It was really Scotty Hawley's turn to go out and really show what he's made of. And the junior has got some tools.
Should be a lot of fun to see what happens. Valley trying to complete a Cinderella story in Las Cruces. We'll be right back after these messages.
Goodbye, America, and have a nice day.
He journeyed to paradise
Geronimo!
to build a new civilization.
That's why I'm here! That's why I came!
But now he must protect his family from those who would destroy everything. Harrison Ford. The Mosquito Coast.
Your Sunday matinee at noon on Casa Fox 2.
They call them channels. I call it better protection. They're this smart idea and always with wings, and they're pretty amazing. Channels that form a barrier of protection at the edges, so even when I move, they help keep moisture in the center, so the sides get better protection, while the dry weave helps keep the surface drier. They call them channels. I call it just plain smart. It protects me better than any regular maxi I've tried. Always with channels. It's cleaner, it's drier, now it protects even better.
The Alamogordo Tigers come into this ball game with an impressive mark of 24 wins and 2 losses. We've chronicled Valley. They've won 5 in a row. They're 17-11, which tells you at one point they were 12 up and 11 down. They have managed to come back and win 1, 2, 3 times in this tournament, and they're going to try to do it again.
Well,
They have it in them?
The Vikings are a Cinderella story. I think they're finely conditioned athletes. One thing I noticed about them, Jim, is they look like they're a team of guys that love the game. I mean, they just like to get out and play. They play on Saturdays. They play on Sundays. As soon as this season is over, these guys are going to be in the gym, and that's one of the reasons that they win ball games, because they love it so much. I think Alamogordo's got a lot of those same kind of people. They're a little different style. They run a disciplined offense, and they get after you on defense. And it's going to be an interesting thing to see if a bunch of shooters and a bunch of what I call street fighters can get out here and win against a highly disciplined, maybe a little bit bigger, stronger team.
Well, El Dorado won the district that Valley comes out of, and they just had a very difficult time with the quickness, speed, so to speak, of Alamogordo. Is this going to be a problem for the Valley Vikings as well?
I don't think so. I think the Vikings have an awful lot of quickness at several positions. They can put 5 guys on the floor that can run all night long. That's going to be like a track meet for the Vikings. Now, conversely, Alamogordo, I think they're going to get on the glass. The way they'll control Valley's early offense is very similar to the game we just watched with Cliff. They'll try to dominate the boards, try to hold up the early offense of the Vikings by going to the offensive glass.
One note, too, in this Quad A game, this championship game, sometimes over the years we've done these games, they can turn into a rout, and it can happen pretty quick. Really, it seems like they go 2 ways, Jimmy. They're either very tight and down to the wire, or it's basically a rout, you know, walk in the park. Is this a fragile game for Valley? If they fall way behind early, can Alamogordo finish them off early?
Well, we saw Valley get down by about 16 points and come back. I think Valley is the type of team that can make a sudden impact by creating a lot of turnovers. However, I think Alamogordo was able to control their game against El Dorado and really put them away by really just taking their entire game away from them. They were very physical. They rebounded exceptionally well, and they always had a hand in the face of the shooters. El Dorado only shooting less than 30% last night. The Vikings have to shoot the ball well in order to win this game, and you know, probably play their best basketball all year, and we'll see if they can peak on the night when it counts.
Throughout the day in these telecasts, we've seen some pretty talented players. Anybody that stands out in your mind thus far?
Oh, a whole list of them. There's a couple of guys in this ball game. I think Scotty Hawley and Ryan McDermott, 2 Division I players, no question. And then you look at Jarvis Mullahone, who this morning in AA was just awesome. This guy can put it on the floor. He can shoot. And I know that the people in Navajo Pine are very excited about him. And I'll tell you, as a New Mexican, I'm really hoping this guy plays for one of our state schools. I don't really have any knowledge who's recruiting him, but they should be recruiting him if they're not.
Well, he had a big game, 32 points and 14 rebounds, and then in a AAA game, the 6'8" senior center from Silver, Andrew Wolvers, he had a very huge game. In fact, dominated inside.
Well, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about him. He's not really being heavily recruited, but I think this state tournament's going to wake some people up.
We would think so. We're going to take a break. When we get back, believe it or not, we'll start the Quad A tilt, Alamogordo and Valley.
What do you get from a breakfast with grape nuts? Sweet, nutty, crunchy energy. Grape Nut cereal has nearly twice as many carbohydrates per serving as Cheerios and Wheaties. And that means good food energy. Working energy. Living energy. Look good, do good, feel good energy. That's Grape Nuts energy. That's energy for life.
So does conditioning every day leave your hair heavy and weighed down? Not anymore. Pantene's got something brand new. New Pro V Light Spray Conditioner. So light, you spray it on and leave it on. So healthy, it's gotta be Pro V.
Pantene's Pro Vitamin formula penetrates, improves.
Your hair feels so light, so fabulous.
New Pantene Pro V Light Spray Conditioner. Spray it on, leave it on. For hair so healthy it shines.
Finally.
At the edge of the frontier,
here lies the ultimate adventure. Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Wednesday nights at 9 on Casa, Fox 2.
Much. I hold
and action.
I hold in my hand new Milky Way Light. Half the fat of the leading chocolates, but tastes just like a Milky Way. We think you'll enjoy it.
Excuse me. Sorry. Half the fat of the leading chocolates, but tastes just like a Milky Way. And you think I'll enjoy it? Are we talking creamy caramel, fluffy nougat, smooth, rich chocolates? And you think I'll enjoy it? Give me that.
New Milky Way Light. Smooth, light, everything's right.
Banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The Valley Vikings will wear the white jerseys and pants here tonight in the Quad A final. Alamogordo will go to their black jerseys and pants. Valley 17 wins, 11 losses. Alamogordo 24 on the good, 2 on the bad. Gerald Snyder, the head coach of the Vikings, Ron Geyer, who has won 2 titles at Alamogordo and trying to win his 3rd, is the head man at Alamogordo.
Talked a little bit about Valley's Adam Jones at the point guard.
Now the crowds here have been good. There was a lot of concern about that, and the crowd very good for the Quad A final. NMAA has to be real happy about that. So let's join now the PA announcer courtside, and let's get with the starting lineups and play this ball game.
Testing, 1, 2, test. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we are ready for the final game in the state boys basketball tournament. This is the Quad A Championship. The visitors on the scoreboard representing District 3. They are the champions. They beat La Cueva and El Dorado to get to the final game. The Alamogordo Tigers. Here's their starting lineup. Number 12, 5'9" senior, Denoy Salas. Number 24, co-captain, a junior, 6'2" Scotty Holly. Number 34, 5'11" junior, Chrisman Taylor. Number 52, the other co-captain is 6'9" senior, Ryan McDermott. And number 54 is 6' senior, Dia Hadley. The Tigers are coached by Ron Geyer. Representing District 5, they've already beaten Hobbs and Albuquerque High School in the state tournament. The Valley Vikings. Here is their starting 5. Number 3, co-captain, 5'11" senior, Adam Jones. Number 40, 6'4" junior, Daniel Herrera. Number 42, a co-captain, 6'6" senior, Steve Black. Number 50, 6'2" senior, Alex Sanchez. And number 52 is 6'2" senior, Kenny Ortiz. The Vikings are coached by Gerald Snyder. Good luck to the Tigers and the Vikings. Handshake between the coaches.
Jim, Kenny Ortiz for the Valley Vikings and Steve Black are two of the other essential ingredients for the Vikings. These two young men have to carry the load in the paint, get on the glass. Of course, that's a big responsibility with McDermott in the ball game. He is tough on the boards.
Number 52 is McDermott, 6'9", a senior. For those of you unaware of it, he's headed to Arizona next year. He's already committed. So he is a legitimate big player. He'll jump it with Steve Black. And it's the final one of the four underway. Tipped around and cleared by Alamogordo, and the Tigers throw it away.
Holly wanted Ryan early on the fast break, just threw the ball a little too low. Here come the Vikings.
Looks like Alamogordo's going to put a chaser on Adam Jones and play his zone out of the gate, Jimmy. In fact, Jones will come out and get it. A prolific three-point shooter, 5'11" senior. And it looks like they're going to put Salas as the chaser.
Nice defense by Ryan. Sometimes guys that are a little bigger have a tendency not to get good position. Not the case this time, as Ryan McDermott takes the charge on the baseline.
And quickly the personal foul picked up by Alex Sanchez. Alamogordo the other way, Taylor with it. Top of the arc.
Valley's playing man-to-man.
Salas inside, McDermott backs in, muscles up, slapped out of bounds, and the Tigers will trigger it from underneath their hoop. Just underway, no score. McDermott again, tripled up. Hawley, head and shoulder fake, puts it up too hard, and the rebound cleared out nicely by Kenny Ortiz.
Kenny Ortiz did a good job of putting a body on McDermott and then go getting the rebound.
Ortiz fires, doesn't connect. Hawley, Lenny Hawley's younger brother. Underneath with it, Salas misses. Fight for the rebound, and Adam Jones out with it. And Valley the other way.
Valley is just really a tenacious team. They do everything with a team concept. You see them just swarming underneath the basket, and even though they don't have a guy that's over about 6'5", they still get the rebound.
Ortiz is a southpaw, and he rolls one in on the run. Valley drawing first blood.
Ortiz had a huge game against Albuquerque High because not only is he aggressive in the paint, nice job by Ryan McDermott. That's the first time he's been able to get the ball and turn and face the basket. You see how nicely he goes to the hole.
Hadley got it to him with a nice feed inside. Sanchez comes out to get it. Ortiz fires away, long with it, but follows his shot. Underneath, tipped around, and a real nice kiss off the glass that time by Daniel Herrera, 6'4" junior. 4-2, Valley up top. Hawley, hard to the...
Nice block by Steve Black.
Underneath Herrera. Backs in, and now Sanchez from far out. Can't get it. Hawley rebounds and heads all the way up. McDermott in powerfully, and Herrera took it from him.
Good hustle by the much shorter Vikings to get a hand on that ball.
The jump shot wouldn't drop for Ortiz. The ball flipped out of bounds, and Valley will try again. 5:22 remaining first quarter. Valley 4, Alamogordo 2. Jones for three, he got it. And the Vikings are up by 5.
The senior can flat shoot it in.
Won't go. Out of bounds, and Valley gets it back.
Valley, excellent job of blocking out.
Scotty Hawley checks out of the game for Alamogordo. Alamogordo has a very deep bench. They trail by 5 right now.
Eric Bransford in the ball game.
And Herrera's short with it, follows his shot, and loses it out of bounds.
A lot of people want to be critical of the style of the Vikings, and early in the game last night as they were playing in the semifinals against Albuquerque High, it looked as though this style may not work, but they slowly and gradually began to create offensive opportunities with their defense, and they started hitting those long bombs, and it was all over for the Bulldogs.
Solis bombs away, couldn't hit it, and Adam Jones has it. He'll fly up the floor behind the back, gets it back, fires the Rainmaker, and connects. He's got 2 threes, and Valley leads it 10-2. 4-11 and counting in the first quarter. Taylor inside to McDermott. Back to McDermott. Ball loose again. Solis had it, lost it, jump ball. Alternating possession arrow. Points the way of the Valley Vikings.
Alex Sanchez and Kenny Ortiz really mixing it up in the paint. Here's Jones with a nice shot. A little off balance, but he got his feet underneath him to shoot the jump shot. And if you let him square up, he's hitting the 3.
4 to go, first stanza. Valley surprisingly up by 8.
Crime Stoppers need your help in locating a fugitive by the name of Joseph Martin Martinez. Hello, I'm Detective Patricia Paz with Crime Stoppers. Martinez is described as a 23-year-old Hispanic male with black hair and brown eyes. He's 5 foot 4 inches tall and weighs 155 pounds. He is wanted on charges of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon and a firearm enhancement charge. If you know where we can find Martinez, please call Crime Stoppers at 843-STOP. A reward of up to $500 is offered, and you remain anonymous.
Four minutes into the first quarter, Valley, they've been the Cinderella story throughout this tournament, up 10-2 with the basketball.
Vikings 8-3 in the rebounding category, and doing that with a much shorter team.
Adam Jones cross court to Herrera. Underneath. That's a nice pass, but the shot won't go for Ortiz. And then finally cleared out by Alamogordo's Dion Logan.
Well,
Scotty Hawley driving it.
McDermott made him change it.